everybody.
Hey, welcome back.
Welcome back. So today we have a special. We're doing a special with Dulce and Hilbert, and they are married.
Yeah.
So today we're gonna be doing a more of like a scary topic.
Yeah.
So we're gonna be talking about the spirit board. So do you want to talk about what it is?
So I guess I don't really know much, but I guess it's like, I don't know, dude. I don't even know how to explain it.
Okay, so it's more of like a spirit, like I guess it's a game where people play it and they talk to spirits, or they can talk to other dimension beings, demons, things like that.
So basically it moves, right? It kind of communicates with the people who play it.
And a lot of people, I feel like a lot of people know it as a Ouija board.
Mm-hmm. And I guess it foretells things.
Yeah, it can tell your future, supposedly, or you can ask it questions and it'll answer, and things do happen. So we have a personal encounter with it. Candy played it, and Hilbert did too. So separate occasions.
Yes.
Yeah. So, but the story with Dulce, Candy, I call her Candy.
Mm-hmm.
I was there, so I was a witness in what we saw and what happened. So we want to kind of share that story because I feel like it's a big part of our childhood.
Yeah.
So go ahead, Candy. Let's get started.
So it happened, I believe, when I was like 14, right?
Yeah.
I was 14 and we were with my friends, my friend. We went to this party and my friend said, "Hey, let's play this game, And I didn't know anything about it,
I mean, we did know, like, our parents would always tell us, like, don't play that game because that's a devil's game.
Yeah.
And
but I didn't know that was
what you guys were gonna play.
Yeah, because she says, "Oh, this is a fun game, like it moves and this and that," and I was like, "Oh, okay, me, like, I'm down for everything, right? I'm not embarrassed." And so I said, "Okay, that's cool. Let's play it, right?" So I guess the girls, they taught us how to play the game.
They offered me to play, but of course I declined because I knew that my mom had told me, "Hey, you guys better not play that, or I'm gonna." Right.
Yeah, but the whole reason why I tried it was because I just wanted to know if it was real.
And you were peer pressure into it too.
Yeah. Basically, yeah. So we started playing it. They start asking questions to the board or whatever, and then one of them, she's like, "Oh, so what about my boyfriend? Are we gonna stay forever?" And then the thing will move and it will say no. And then she would get mad, she's like, "Oh, what is this stupid, it's crazy, whatever."
Yeah.
And then after that, like, my other friend said, "Am I ever going to get married with so-and-so, right?" And then it moved, and then it said, "No." And then she's like, "Wow, man, that's crazy."
Yeah.
And then they went to me, and they were asking me, "Oh, you ask a question, right?" And then I was like, "No, well, what am I going to ask, so whatever." And then I said, "Who's the guy that I'm going to get married with, right?"
Mm-hmm.
And then it started spelling it out, and I was like, "What the hell?" It started spelling it out. It was weird. It was like so weird because, like, it did the JOSE, right? And then I was like, and that actually did happen, but it happened like really, really late.
Well, yeah, because when it told you you're gonna get married to that person, you were like, "I don't even know that person.
Yeah.
What the hell? This shit don't work." And then you threw it.
And then I threw it. And I said, "This is shit.
Yeah.
I don't know nobody with that name, So,
yeah, and so I mean, of course, many years later, we come to find out that
wait, yeah. After that, we'll go to that. But the thing is that, okay, so I got pissed off because I'm like, this is a lie, whatever. Like, this is a stupid game.
Yeah.
And then I told the girls, I'm not going to play that shit anymore, So they put it away, right? And then we were in this party, right? So we had to stay over. And what happened was, like, we were, like, already kind of sleepy. And my parents said, "Oh, we're just going to sleep over here, We're going to stay over." So we stayed at the house with my friends. And my parents stayed in another room, of course. And that night I went to sleep, And then Gloria said she saw something.
Yeah, I saw, because I was the only one that didn't play it.
Yeah, she didn't play it. Yeah.
But I was there and I was witnessing you guys play it. So for me, I feel like this is the only thing that has ever happened to me to where I know that it was something supernatural, and it wasn't it was scary. It scared me to my core, and I was a young child, so it's kind of hard to lie about it or dream about it, because I remember you guys went to sleep.
Yeah,
okay.
We went to sleep, yeah.
So there was somebody. It was a bunk bed. So somebody was on the top, and us three were in the bottom. And so I remember I was in the middle, and then all of a sudden, like, I couldn't fall asleep, but you guys were like dead asleep.
Yeah.
And I couldn't fall asleep, and then so I started like just trying to go to sleep, and then for some reason I kind of like lifted my head and I was looking around the room, and then I saw something like a big black shadow like sitting next to the door. So because it was a chair that they had, and I remember like wiping my eyes, and I was like, dude, what is that? You know, like, and I was like, I can tell what it was, but I can tell it was like a shadow, and it was like, it looked like it was somebody sitting down with a black robe.
Yeah.
And so then I was like, what the hell is that? And then all of a sudden it just stood up. And it stood up, and it was holding something, and it stood up, so it kind of stood up, and then it walked towards us. And then I covered myself with the blankets, and I was like hitting you guys like as hard as I could. And I remember, dude, I was hitting you guys hard. Like I was like trying to like wake you guys up, and you guys wouldn't wake up.
Yeah.
So at that point, I was like terrified, and I was just like, what am I gonna do? I need to go to my mom. So I like took off my blankets, and I jumped on top of you, and I ran out the door.
Yeah.
And then so I remember, because my mom told me, she's like, I remember that night because you came running to me saying, Mom, there's a witch in the room. And so, and she's like, you were so scared and you were shaking, and she's like, so I know that you saw something because you told me about it, and I remember. So they all ran back into the room, and nothing was there. Like, it was just,
we were all
but I remember it clearly. Like, just thinking about it now, I remember it like it was a huge like shadow, and he was tall, and he was holding something. I couldn't see what it was. It looked like a stick, which is why probably I said it was a witch.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
So after that, like that was my encounter. After that, I didn't have an encounter. Like, I've never seen anything like that before, or any like paranormal things.
Yeah.
But you had.
Yes. So after that event, after we had done that, the thing was that my friends, the ones that played with me, they had like so much bad luck. All these things were happening to them. You know, especially one of my friends, she became a drug addict. She almost suicided herself, and her boyfriend got shot, and she moved out of the house. And then after her boyfriend got better, he started beating her up, and like all these bad things were happening to her, and she was always crying and saying, you know, like, oh, I don't know what happened, you know, after we had played that, all these things bad happened to me, she was saying, right? And then me, I started seeing a lot of black shadows. I started seeing, like, I'm not saying like right now I'm seeing black shadows, no, like everywhere that I will go, something will follow me, like a spirit, like a bad spirit was
like
always
something
following
attached to you.
Yeah, and and all these things that like if I would go to a place, something bad will happen to me. So like that year we went to Mexico, and we went to this beach, and in the beach there was another like area across the street,
Like a river.
it was like a river, and over there, like, our parents told us don't go over there because there's crocodiles, you know, or whatever. So all the kids were like, oh no, that's a lie, it's just a myth, you know, whatever, right? So what happened is that we all went, right? And guess what happened? So I jumped because, you know me, I don't care, I'm not scared of nothing, right? I jumped into the water, and I dived. When I was coming back, I saw somebody hitting my face, and I blacked out. I couldn't see anything, like nothing. When I woke up, my teeth was gone. One of my teeth was gone. My nose was crooked.
It was broken.
It was broken, definitely like broken. And I had never seen what hit me or what, because all the kids were outside already. Like all the kids were.
Cause dude, I remember like you coming out, and then you like screamed, and we saw like blood all over your face, and then and because they were saying that it was another kid that hit her, like
Yeah.
jumping. But I remember that when you came out screaming, he jumped after you because you fell back in the water,
Yeah.
and he jumped after you to get you out. I don't remember him jumping right after you.
No.
You know,
And,
and so that was pretty crazy. Like you went
That
through a lot of
was-
pain with that.
yeah.
That's interesting.
Yeah.
That's
And-
crazy.
And then after that, okay, so after that, like they took me to hospital. They did surgery, and we came back to United States because all this happened in Mexico. So we came back to the United States, and over here where we're living, I would see like a spirit, like a black shadow, like in the middle of the night, like just walking around.
And you would hear voices.
And
too.
I would hear like
You would hear laughing, running.
I would hear like in the middle of the night, I'll be awake. I couldn't sleep in the middle of the night, and then I would hear some little girl running like that, and I'm like, what the hell?
dude?
Yeah.
So I woke up. I was like, what the hell? Is somebody here? You know, is Eileen? Because she's a baby.
Yeah.
I'm like, is Eileen awake or what's going on? You know, I was like, something going on, and then I kind of, and then she was like, and I was like, what the hell? So all my hairs were like getting up, you know. I was like freaking out. I'm like, oh my god, that is scary. Like, what? Who's that? Like,
Yeah,
you know,
dude.
whatever.
obviously something was
Something
creepy.
happened there. Okay, so the next day I told my mom about the situation, and then she's like, no, you probably dreamt it or whatever, you know. And I'm like, no, that couldn't be that I dreamt it, you know. So I went across the street, and I talked to this old lady that she lived in the same street for years and years, and I told her, hey, did you guys know what happened to the house, or like what, like did something happen? She's like, I thought you knew. I'm like, I knew what? She's like, a little girl died there. I'm like, what do you mean? Yeah, somebody killed her, and they buried her in there. I was like, and they tell us this like now? Like, you know, why? How come when we were buying the house, they never told us that, you know?
Yeah.
So after that, like, it freaked me
It's
out. Like,
crazy.
every single thing, I would see ghosts. Like, things that I would never see in my life, like, without playing that stupid game, you know, I will see it now.
So like, I want to jump to the part where
Yeah.
you ended up like marrying a person
Yes.
with that name.
So anyway, so after that, I would encounter a lot of things everywhere I would go. It would be like a long story if I
Dude,
tell
not
you
only
guys.
that. Okay, so because I want to get into that because, dude, because you got married, okay, to that guy, and then when you went to go live in that house, remember that house that
Yeah,
that house had like a bad history too.
I will bring it up too. Okay, so years passed by,
She's got a lot to say.
Yeah.
and I got married
Got some story here.
to the guy
The board told you.
board told me I was gonna get married with.
The
Right?
witchy board.
Yeah.
Yes.
Wow.
It told her.
What the
It-
second name?
Yes.
Yeah.
It told me
What?
that I was gonna get married with the guy
It
named
said
Jose.
Jose, like, because they spelt it out.
Yeah.
And then you
Wow.
said Jose, and then it was like, she was like, I don't know no guy named Jose, and then she like kind of threw it, right? And then she ended up marrying a Jose.
Jose.
And guess what?
That's
That
crazy.
Jose cheated on me.
You had a tough marriage with him, yeah.
Yes, he was
And-
a really hard person to live with, and
Yeah.
he cheated on me with a guy.
I wonder.
Something
What is
that
it, Ghost Joyce?
I wonder if like, if they put him there for a reason, like because of the fact that you opened that door, that portal to another, you know, like, because you don't know if an evil spirit came out, a demon, something,
Mhm.
and he's like, well, I'm gonna make her life miserable because I'm evil, you know. So
I don't know, but where we lived at that new house now, right? So that house, before he cheated on me, right? He will always work out of town all the time, working out of town, right? So I would stay by myself with my dog. So
Dude, you definitely, I feel like she definitely had demonic entities in that house.
That's creepy as heck.
so
Well,
We
we
would-
doesn't have a demonic with me.
no, everything changed. So the thing was that we were living upstairs. It was a by itself room, It was like a lonely room. It was a 2-story
Kind of like a
house.
studio type thing.
Kind of
right?
like a studio.
Like
It
a
had a
studio
little
at top.
bathroom. It did not have no kitchen. So I would sleep there with my dog, right? One time I went outside because I was supposed to like water the plants, and it was dark. It was like the sun was going down already. You could barely like see the sun, you know. So I went outside in the backyard, and behind our house there's another 2-story house, right? But it had a big patio. So when I was watering my plants, right, I looked up and there was a shadow staring at me. There was a shadow staring at me like this.
Where? From on the other house?
And the other house, he was like this, staring at me like that.
Hey.
And I was like,
Stop screaming like that.
So I ran upstairs, you know, and I felt that thing was following me, like behind me. And then I closed the door, and I had my dog with me, and I
How was
turned
the
off
dog
lights.
reacting?
The dog was like, woo, woo.
It was crying?
Like that. And then and then I closed the door and I turned off the lights, right? And I was holding the dog, and the dog was like hiding behind me, like hiding. And I was freaking out because that person or whatever it was, I don't know. I thought it was a person, but it was a black shadow. It was walking around the room,
And
like
you
that.
can hear him, right?
Yeah, and I could hear him walking like around the room because he couldn't get in. And then
Would he try to open the door?
no, he just went boom on the window, like he hit it like hard, and I freaked out, and I was like freaking, and I started praying, and then I called my mom. Mom, somebody's here, somebody wants to like get in and probably do something to me. And my mom was like scared, you know, of course she was freaking out too. And I'm like, what should I do, you know? She's like, do you have a knife, do you have something there? I'm like, no, I have nothing, I only have my dog, you know.
Stick the dog.
And then after that, like, it just went away.
But you didn't hear it going down the stairs, nothing?
No, I didn't hear him going down the stairs or jumping or whatever. Like, I don't know what that shadow wanted to do to me. I don't know, maybe he wanted to go inside me or...
Okay, so tell us like a little history of the home. What had happened there? Because people told you what happened in the house.
So me, you know, being a chismosa, right? I always talk to my neighbors. So I talked to my neighbor next door, and I said, hey, you know, this house has been here on the market for a long time. You know, what happened? You know,
history.
And then the guy next door said, oh, you don't know, like that. The house has been there forever because, you know, there's been a lot of things that had happened in the past. And I was like what? And then he's like, oh, some guy got shot in the head in the pool. And I was like, what? What pool? There was a pool there, and they covered it.
Yeah, they covered the pool.
I'm like, is the body still there? What the hell? You know?
Oh my god.
And then they're like, no, somebody got shot there. But the thing too that freaked me out, that the couple that lived before us, her name was Candy, and the guy who was Jose.
Shut the heck
Nah.
up.
Because the mail that we would get, it would say Candy Perez and Jose Perez.
Damn.
It was weird.
Dude, but there was also a suicide in the house.
There was a suicide upstairs where we were staying at. The guy jumped.
I did not even know this,
Yes,
man.
there was a
The guy
What
suicide.
house is this we're talking about?
That's
Creepy ass.
as
And
heck.
okay, so that house, like every time you would walk in there, it would give you this
Yeah.
weird ass vibe.
It
Like
did.
like a tense, like
It
heavy
did
vibe.
have a
And that
vibe.
wasn't it. Remember when you had maggots coming out of the walls?
Oh, that was another history too that I went through. It was disgusting.
For no reason.
And
Like,
and
there
there
was
was
just maggots come out of the and they say that that's a type of demonic possession that's happening in the
Creepy
house.
as heck.
yeah, because it will only happen when I'm by myself. Like when Jose was there, it would never happen when he was there. Like only when I was by myself.
What
there.
if it wasn't him? What if it got in him?
Oh my God,
Because
girl,
remember, like he didn't want to do nothing with like
Scared.
with God. He was atheist,
He
right?
said he
Like,
didn't believe in nothing. That
Yeah.
he only believed in himself. That was it.
and he denied it. Yeah.
You just can't believe in yourself. You have
That's
to be
creepy.
That's why he
So
says-
so when did things come to an end? for it? Like when
So,
this stuff subsides?
I was already done, right? When he told me that he was cheating on me with a guy, and I couldn't believe it. I was in denial. I was like, no, this is not true. You know, all these things happened to me because of that stupid game. You know, it's like, wow. Like, so I started going to church, and I started confessing everything that I did, and I chose God again into my life, and I decided that I'm going to turn my life around, and I was going to start doing more good stuff, because I wouldn't go to church anymore. I wouldn't do like anything that had to do with God anymore.
And also, you had a liberation, because we remember we took you to like this
Retreat?
like it was like a prayer group.
Yeah.
And they prayed over you, and they
Yeah.
liberated you from whatever was attacking you. So
Yeah,
I feel
they
like
did.
that was
Yeah,
when
that helped
things
her.
started changing.
Yeah,
A
because it
turning
was
point.
it was
Yeah.
very hard. I went through a lot of hard things in my life, and hopefully, and I hoped that everything had turned around, and it did. You know.
Yeah.
And I'm happy that everything turned good now. So I don't
Yeah.
see any bad stuff anymore. Thank God I'm living my life happy. You know, I don't have any issues like that anymore.
That's crazy.
So,
Yeah.
but dang, like
it's no joke. So would
It's
you
not.
tell people not to play
I
it? Or?
would suggest do not even play with it. Like, do not even
Because
look at it.
Gilbert, okay, so let's
Yeah,
bring
we got
Gilbert in,
another
because you
story
played
over
it.
here.
Yeah.
So tell us your little story here.
Yeah, I don't remember really the
What happened?
story that we played. I remember it was me, my brother, and two of my sisters at the garage. We didn't even know, because we kind of knew here in the United States. We're actually from Philippines, so we already have those bad experience.
Did they talk to you guys about it at the Philippines?
Yeah,
Not a lot?
but not in the United States. Kind of like Game Way. The
Oh.
game is kind of different.
Different, okay.
So when we found this Ouija board at that, we found it in a trash can, and
That's
and
crazy.
it's a Ouija board. So we kind of like look at it, what it is, and what kind of game it is.
How to play it.
How to play it, right? So we're young, we're stupid, we don't know. So we're at the garage. I remember we're at the garage, and my sister says, "Hey, I don't know how to play this, but this is the manual." So she's kind of like reading by the book how to read the Ouija board, right? So we're reading by the manual how to do it. I think you have to have like some type of candles, right? And
You guys did the candles too?
yeah, we did the candles.
Damn, that's
So we had to say
crazy.
some type of name. I don't remember the name of
Oh
what it was.
hell no!
You had to say the name,
It
right?
wasn't Sozo?
Something like that. And with the
That's
diamond,
a, that's
with
a
the pyramid,
bad demon dude that I've heard about.
right? So it's like a,
Creepy, dude.
yeah, it's like a pyramid eye that you have to put your all hand together.
Yeah.
I mean, there's like 4 players, right? So and then you have to say the name, and when we put our all 4 hand in there, the thing started moving himself, and I look at my sister, dude, you moving it.
Yeah.
And my sister, I'm not moving it, dude. It's like, yeah, you are, dude. You're moving it. So to me, I wasn't really believing what the hell it did, what it is. But I wasn't believing, like, I'm not moving it. So I'm like, my sister, so I said, okay, whatever. So I asked something, right? So I said, hey, what's your name? He doesn't want to say anything. He said, this is just a game or whatever. And what's my name? So he spells my name. And he spells my sister's name, and my brother's name, and then my sister's name. So I was like, what the hell is this, So, okay. So at that time, we have the garage lit up with the candles, right? So where he said, ask any question that you like. So we're asking a bunch of questions, and your answer right back, right? So it's like, nah, this is not real, whatever, right? So blue. So I wasn't really like believing, and my sister says, okay, in the future, like she says, how many kids that she's gonna have, and she said she was gonna have maybe 7 girls, and I don't know if she's gonna have any boys, but now she do have 7 girls. Okay, and then my brother, the Ouija board says that he was gonna have 2 boys and 1 girl.
And he
right?
has 2 boys.
And he has 2 boys and 1 girl. And so we stopped playing it. It was like, whatever, man, this is kind of creepy, whatever, I don't want to do this shit anymore. So it was like the next 3 days we're like, hey, let's play it again. And we did play it, and we're asking some serious questions about, you know, who are you, and are you next to me? Are you can you tap me? Can you give me a sign if you're here? So if you hear, can you turn off one of the candles off? So one of the candle blew off behind me. I was like, dude, you blew that off. I was like, no, I didn't blow it off. So we're like freaking out, right? Nah. The candle was behind me. How did that thing blew up? So I don't know. Okay, asking other questions. So we're asking like serious questions like, are you like near me? Can you tap me?
Oh my God.
I was like, so it was like, so that thing was going around like crazy, right? Like, dude, stop moving it. We stop moving it. And that thing, the whole light and garage just shut down. Like literally the whole candle blew off. I remember just me scared the shit out of it. I took off running first. I said, I'm out of here. You know what I mean?
That's not
Forget
taking
that.
me.
I'm out of here. And all I heard is the door shut. And I said, and then my sister and my brother, they open the door. Like, you just can open it. I didn't like the door. Open the door. Like, I didn't even touch
So they
the
couldn't
door.
open the door.
They cannot open the door. And literally, in the future, what the Ouija board says, was the truth. My sister has seven girls. It didn't say that she's gonna have a boy, but she does have 7 girls, and my brother has 2 boys and 1 girl. I never asked about my future because I don't want to know.
That's good.
You know,
Did
what I mean,
you
it's kind of
ever-
scary.
Did you ever see anything after that? Like any
Okay,
spirits or anything?
so after we done playing that, my mom caught us, and she
She
said
spanked you?
she got mad. Yeah, she got mad and she threw that thing in the trash. I swear to God, the next day, that Ouija board was back on the garage. I thought my brother was pranking us. Like, dude, you put because the garage was like a room.
Yeah.
So we thought he
grabbed it?
he grabbed it and put it back in there. But my mom threw it in the trash. I remember she threw it in the trash and back on that place. I guess they tried to tell us something to finish the game, but we never did it. We never finished the game. I don't know what it is until now. So when I was living in an apartment, I remember we moved out of that house. I remember we moving to an apartment, and I would see a black shadow every night.
Followed you
Like,
too.
follow me too. Like a black shadow. I swear to God, like when I told my brother, like my mom went out of town, right? So because my mom and my dad love going to Las Vegas, and I remember we have upstairs, and I remember we were all sleeping in one room, you know. So and we heard somebody open the door, and we heard my mom and my dad. It's like, dude, they're back already, dude. They're already here. My brother says, no, that's not them. Fool, go back to sleep. I was like, nah, dude, that's mom and dad.
So obviously something was bothering your brother too.
Yeah, so I swear to God, we all went downstairs and we called my mom, like, Mom, where you guys at? We just barely going to Vegas. We barely got here. So I thought we just turned around and went back to the Vegas film.
Yeah.
No, they didn't. They actually went to Vegas. So we heard somebody downstairs that it sounded like my mom and my dad. I swear
Oh
to
my
God to
God.
you.
It was trying to get you guys to go. So I mean, I just want to like, did you have more encounters, or was that like?
Well, we have a lot of bad experience in the Philippines. You know, we believe in a lot of theory where, you know, as I grow up now, we have this. My mom made us believe to a white lady where she's actually divorced and her kid got killed. And there's a lot of history.
Yeah. So it's like supernatural stuff.
Supernatural stuff in the Philippines,
Yeah.
where, you know, time of the year, especially Halloween and stuff like that. But there's a lot of scary things but I haven't seen anything bad, something like that, because
Yeah.
maybe I was young.
Okay, sorry guys. So we're back.
So yeah, in the Philippines, I was really young, but it is kind of scary because we do see a lot of things and believe a lot of theories with especially old traditional Filipino. They believe on a manananggal.
I've heard of her.
Manananggal is like is a witch lady. Actually, she's like a vampire, half human, where she takes pregnancy woman. She sucks on their baby.
The baby, yeah.
You know, so
and they lose the baby, right?
They lose the baby. So it's kind of scary where, you know, older people tell you this because it makes you believe if it's true or not. Because now a lot of kids now this day they want to find out if it's real. And back in the day in the Philippines, they really saw a person actually called Manananggal, where her body was half cut, and she had a wing, and she was going everybody's roof when the woman is pregnant and suck on their baby. I don't know how she does it, but it's kind of creepy to me. To me, it is kind of creepy. So there's a lot of things going on in the Philippines.
Supernatural stuff. In Mexico too, though. Mexico's the same way with the
Same
witches,
way,
the chusas.
right.
There's the chupacabras, like so. But so I wanted to talk to you a little bit about the board because I've heard like people that play it, especially professional people, because there's people that are trained to play it.
Right.
What?
So you can't just. So what they say, it's kind of like they'll either people that do Wicca, like witchcraft, or they'll do like things like that, like they're into the occult or they're into like that stuff.
Right.
And they say that you can't just play it. Like you have to know, you have to be trained, you have to be ready spiritually to play it, because a lot of things happen, a lot of things can come in that you don't know. Like I was telling Hilbert about this certain demon that's pretty destructive, that if because they say that he appears in different games. So like not always will he appear, but he will appear when he can make the most damage. So like to the most vulnerable that are playing it and they don't know what they're doing, then he shows up and then he takes over and then he like makes your life hell, you know? So so a lot of people say that it's something that you need to be trained for. You need to be spiritually ready. People that don't believe in God call in the name of God when they are having problems with it, you know? And these are people that don't believe in like Jesus or anything like that, but they say that the name of Jesus has a lot of power when it comes to evil, witchery, things like that. Like people that don't believe in it use him as an escape because it helps. She said that it actually like leads away like evil. So it just goes to tell you, you know, that it's God has power, you know? So I just wanted to mention that because a lot of people just, kids especially, think it's like something fun and let's just do it like Hilbert, you know, like, and it'll be, no, it's not real, but things do happen. I mean, look at your story. And so I saw something, and Hilbert, of course, has had issues. Have you ever encountered anything? Even in school when we were young, kids would make it. Do you remember in paper? They would just put the letters and supposedly play it. So yeah, just take it, you know, lightly. Like don't take it lightly because it's pretty crazy and it's not.
And there's consequences.
There is consequences.
Sure.
Yeah,
especially when they're messing with.
There is consequences because if you ask very serious question with this spirit ghost and they're very taken seriously because they feel like they're getting used by you.
Yeah.
You know, and you want to ask your future.
And you're giving them the energy too.
And you're giving the energy to give it more power to them.
That's
because
true.
now your spirit, your power of your spirit is getting less. Because you're not believing what's really prayer out there, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So when we did it, like I said, we're young and we're stupid. We don't know because we just found the Ouija board on the trash, and maybe somebody.
How
owned
did you
that
guys
already.
get rid of it?
My mom burned it. My mom burned it, and I remember because we thought we were getting pranked to my brother, like I said, and we thought. Because my older brother said, "Oh, you know, he's seen us playing it," and I don't think he will prank us that way. But I remember my mom got onto us really, really bad, and he said, "What the hell, you guys are playing this? You guys shouldn't playing this." She kind of knew, like she has that feeling like there's a bad spirit on the Ouija board. So she burned it. She burned it, and since then I never have that experience anymore. But yet that the bad spirit came and realized it.
Made himself known to you
Known
guys.
to you that, hey, you remember you played me before, and let's finish this game. But it was already too late because it was already already burned. You know, so
Yeah.
I was like, damn.
That's what they say. They say that you're supposed to burn it.
You know, that's
Yeah.
crazy because that house where we played that game, it got burned down too.
With the game in it.
With the game in it.
I think, yeah, because they used to hide the game up top in the attic,
Yeah,
remember?
they
Yeah.
had it in the attic, and my friend told me, I'm like, hey, do you still live at the house? And she's like, no, it got burned down out of nowhere. Like, we were in home and it just burned down.
Crazy.
So my feeling is the reason why maybe we found that the Ouija board in the trash. Maybe someone throw it, and we didn't know what it is. So we picked it up and played it, and we kind of like continued. The person didn't what they left off.
Oh.
You know, so it's kind of hard to like. Okay, now you guys have to finish
It's
it.
kind of like Jumanji.
It's
huh?
like Jumanji.
Sounds like Jumanji.
Something like that, but
Wow.
this is the real stuff, man. This is the real serious stuff.
It's not a joke.
It's
you
not a
guys.
joke, guys. So, you know,
And-
if you guys gotta play that, you know, just be aware. I know they sell it on Toys R Us.
They sell it
online,
they even
yeah.
have a costume of it now.
So
Like you just
Wow.
wear, yeah.
they're very
No.
they're very seriously. If you
Give
guys
them
really-
advice, you guys. Give them advice.
Yeah.
Please, you know, be aware that if you start playing that game, you're gonna have consequences,
I'll get
and
it. You're gonna get it.
your life is gonna change completely to the worst. You're not gonna be happy anymore.
Mhm.
All these bad things are gonna happen in your life, and it's not because of my experience or whoever's experience. It's because that's how it's made out of. It's made out of bad spirits, and
Yeah.
if you want that in your life, that's up to you. But I suggest you should not. You should stay away from that and not play with it at all.
Yeah. Anything
Alright,
you guys?
Yeah, like just like what she said. Don't do it, man. You know it's dangerous as heck. Why do you want to play it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Why
It's
you
not
want to ruin
fun.
your life? Don't.
It's not fun. It sounds
And
scary.
If you guys gotta
That sounds
play
scary.
it, don't ask too much personal, because no, seriously, like your future. You know, don't ask your future
We're
what's gonna
trying
happen.
to tell the people not to use it,
yeah.
not to play it.
Well, I mean, if they do decide, I mean, you know, that's good
That's
advice
on-
too. I mean,
right.
but
I
Don't
feel like
ask.
You know-
just all in all, don't play it. You know, like
Yeah.
just don't.
just continue your life and let God, you know, take you where you need to be.
Yeah.
But I think this is it. This is all we have. Hope you guys enjoy it. And Halloween's coming, so we're gonna continue with the scary themes.
So yeah, there's more to come.
So
Right?
see you on the next one.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.